always the norm. Like most dominant performers, Estima's beginnings were a bit more humble.
From the northeast of Brazil, I'm from Recife, and then when I started Jiu-Jitsu, my instructor was actually a blue belt, you know, and there was no black belts around to train with. My first fight top competition, I lost in my first round. I just put on my head, I would knock that door until that door opens, you know. So I kept going, and then after on my sixth competition that I went to compete in a high level, I managed to win my first fight. And actually in that competition, I managed to win the whole tournament, which was a very good proof to myself that I can do anything as long as I really want it.
Estima would go on to compile one of the most impressive jiu-jitsu careers in the history of the sport, piling up multiple world, European, Pan-American, and ADCC championships. However, despite all of his success, there was a desire for something more.
Pretty much everything in BJJ. And then, as we all, in human being, we always want more, right? So I started seeing the possibility of representing my art in the MMA. I just have like inside of myself, man, I should be doing that, you know? Like if I have been representing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for so long, and I really want to go there and represent our flag, I want to go, I want to check it out, I want to see what it's all about.
Tonight, Estima makes his mixed martial arts debut. Helping him on his quest to be as dominant in MMA as he is in Jiu-Jitsu, Estima prepared with some of the best. The Brazilians.
See on him what I was like 15 years ago. He's a great athlete and he represents Jiu-Jitsu very well. In my point of view, he's not the best. He's one of the three best ground fighters in the world. So it was a great joy to see him coming here and enjoy the training.
I want to be with the best guys, and I want to be helping the best ones and being helped by the best in different aspects, you know. And I saw how much they are willing to help me and how much they are willing to listen for what I can help. When I put something on my mind, I go into the minute, and I really look forward to my debut, you know. And after my first fight, I want to get another fight very soon, straight after, so I can get the ball rolling and get the flow. I'm stepping one foot, and then I just want to get myself thrown in the cage with the lions, and that's it.
Brian Davidson keep his winning streak intact in epic fashion. And now we move to our co-main event, the mixed martial arts debut of multiple BJJ world champion Braulio Estima taking on the very tough Chris Holland, who himself is on a 3-fight winning streak.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is brought to you by Simos Solutions. Our first fighter fighting out of the blue corner is from Inglewood, Colorado. This is Chris the Hammer Holland.
You know, for the mixed martial arts debut of Braulio Estima, they haven't thrown him a tomato can, Pat. They've thrown him a guy on a 3-fight winning streak with all 5 of his career wins by knockout.
And the last knockout over Phil Baroni.
Chris Holland says he has what it takes to put a big dent in the armour of Braulio Estima. And that dent's going to be made standing up. He does not want to go to ground with Braulio Estima. Look out for the hands. When he knocked out Baroni, it was a vicious flurry up against the cage. And for the first time ever, Holland's daughter, Madison, 12 years old, is watching live tonight on Access TV in Denver. Hello, Madison. Braulio Estima will have some 10.5 inches in reach over Chris Holland. But will it matter? Last 5 fights in a row, the TKO of Baroni, the KO of Martinez, the KO of Caven. He has been in a wicked tear, has Chris Holland. Former hockey player in Denver. Has also been training in Jiu-Jitsu with black belts JJ Puxley and Mike Nichols. Let's take a further look here at Holland.
You know, as Michael mentioned, Chris Holland has a lot of power. Here he is, backing up nonetheless and landing the left hook, rocking his opponent, hitting the cage with his back, and then landing the right hand, and then going in for the kill. This kid has heavy hands. He lives and dies by the sword. Somebody's going to sleep when he fights.
A business consultant Chris Holland says he plans to keep his distance, keep mobile, and pick apart Braulio Estima with strikes. It is the Titan debut for Chris Holland. Looking to make an impression with the organisation he's signed with. And this will be a very big task, in field for Braulio Estima, unless Estima can get Holland down and get him down early.
Going to need to do that, most certainly.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, coming to us from Birmingham in the United Kingdom, this is Braulio Estima!
There he is. The moment we've been waiting for has finally arrived. The mixed martial arts debut of Braulio Estima, nicknamed Carcará. A second-degree black belt under Carlos Gracie Jr., three-time BJJ world champion. There it is, the Carcará. A bird indigenous to Braulio Estima's hometown of Recife in Brazil, a predatory bird. The first time he won the BJJ World Championships in 2004, 5 months after receiving his black belt. Double gold medalist at the 2009 Abu Dhabi Submission Wrestling World Championships. Has defeated Carcará, Andre Galvao, Vinny Margulies, Sandra Ribeiro, Marcelo Garcia in grappling and BJJ. Known for his triangle chokes, his reverse triangle chokes. Began training actually in judo when he was just 9 years old. Let's have a further look here at Braulio Estima.
You know, and generally Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts across the board will tie you in knots. Well, Braulio Estima ties great black belts in knots. That's how good this guy is. Here he is going against the great Carcará, who's one of the greatest grapplers on the planet. And ended up beating Carcará in this particular match. Stuck to him like glue. The guy is incredible on the ground. You do not want to be there with him.
The commentary brought to you by Miller Lite. Crew debut, of course, from Braulio Estima. He is 3 years the younger. Huge height differential, 6'3" versus 5'9". And look at the reach. 10.5 inches to Braulio Estima. But has he got the hands to be able to use that reach on the feet? According to the experts' fight gauge, no. Striking is all Holland 4-1. Ground game, no-brainer, goes to Estima. Speed even, strength even, endurance goes the way of Holland simply because Estima has not yet been tested in mixed martial arts. Tim Tielda.
Our first fighter fighting out of the blue corner comes to us from Inglewood, Colorado with a record of 5 wins and 3 losses. He is 36 years old, fighting for Factory X MMA in the red trunks with black trim. This is Chris the Hammer Holland! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, is 33 years old, fighting for the Black Zillions in the black trunks. This is his pro debut, Braulio Estima!
All right, gentlemen, you got your instructions back earlier. Do I have any questions from blue? Any questions from red? Touch them up. Good, clean, hard fight. Let's go.
Nick Kalikas from BetOnFighting.com opened Estima as a favourite at -700. It's as high as -2150, I'm told. It's a crazy favourite given the man's on mixed martial arts debut tonight. +600 for Holland. We are set for 3 rounds of action, our co-main event. Estima in the black, Michael Chevello, Pat Miletich with you. Estima comes down in southpaw stance, Holland in orthodox stance. And Holland get on the inside and tag the jawline of Estima. Estima is huge. He's going for it. There it is with the right hand. Estima. Knees buckled momentarily, but he looks okay.
That'll make you realize you're not in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu match.
Double leg here from Estima. No, couldn't get the takedown. Holland backed up against the cage.
Nice, tangling up the legs, pulling him out, turning him.
Holland doing everything he can to stop his feet here.
Holland definitely needs to circle and get his back off of the cage. This is where Estima needs it.
Estima hooking the leg.
Very traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu takedowns there.
Wants the takedown, does Braulio Estima. Holland staying vertical at the moment.
Holland needs to lift that underhook and get back out of there.
And there's the takedown. Braulio Estima.
Got to get his neck out of jeopardy.
Estima says that the technique of choice for the finish should go to ground will be the rear naked choke. Right hand shoots in for a double here. Estima pulls out nicely. Does Holland.
Got to push that head down. Estima's long arms kept that lock. Hard wizard here by Holland trying to come up. Estima doing a good job of settling him weight-wise across the body, though.
Holland on his back, and this spells trouble. You are in Estimaville. Full mount here from Braulio Estima. Any number of submissions possible, still with a long time to go. 3 minutes 10 in the first round.
We'll see how much of a hurry he gets in to go for a submission. Walking that arm up slowly, you can see that. Arm triangle, setting it up.
This could be the beginning of the end for Chris Hammer Holland. Braulio Estima.
Holland, nice job of fighting out of that.
Holland safe for the moment. Still a long time to go though in the round. Reverse elbow from Braulio Estima. He's inside half guard at the moment, Estima.
You know, the people out there that have had a guy like Estima on top of you, doesn't weigh a lot, but trust me, he feels like a giant slab of concrete on top of Holland right now.
Estima will look to pass here. No, the left leg still in. Goes to the mount and gets it for the second time in the contest.
And Holland was doing his best to negate that mount attempt and was doing a decent job, but Estima's just a totally different level.
When he shots off the back here from Chris Holland, going to find a way to get Braulio Estima off of him.
There he is walking the arm up again, sliding the head to the outside for the arm triangle. This one might be a little tighter. He's digging in tight on this one.
Is this how Estima does it? Is this how he finishes it?
Ganhou.
Estima!
Ganhou, rapaz. Vai Carcará, pô.
Nice finish for one of the greatest grapplers on the planet.
Open the fridge. Holland is out cold. He went 99. And Estima looked good doing it. Survived the early punches from Holland. Took him down and mounted him the second time. Went to work and Holland still laid out here.
Dormiu.
Come to now. Take a look at this here. Gets that leg out. You know, Holland was gone here. Holland is asleep right here. The leg's out. And there it is. Referee calls it off. Braulio Estima successful in his mixed martial arts debut. Carcará has done it. George Santiago did say that his stand-up has improved incredibly over recent weeks, sparring with the likes of Santiago and J.Z. Calvin and Alistair Overeem and all the rest down there at Black Zillions. We didn't get a chance to really see it tonight. But what we did see was Braulio Estima doing what he does best, and that is choking out opponents. The doctor's still tending to Chris Holland here. He's in quite a bad way, Holland. There, a guy of the caliber of Braulio wrapping his arms around your neck, squeezing on that carotid artery. Still doesn't know where he is. The referee asked Holland what his name is, and he answered Thursday. Now back to his feet, Chris Holland. Braulio Estima, great sportsman, he's actually clapping. I like seeing that. True martial arts spirit. As we wait to put this into the history books, might get Pat to go and have a word with Braulio Estima in a moment's time. As soon as they make this all official, it'll slow on the uptake here. Meanwhile, folks, if you're on Twitter tonight, do follow us at Access TV Fights, at Pat Milicic, at Chevello Voice. And if you chose Braulio Estima on your new iPad app, the Access TV Fights app, well, you're closer to winning that prize. Okay, Tim Tialdo, let's make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended at 3 minutes and 21 seconds in first round. Due to technical submission out of the red corner, his first pro, Braulio Estima!
Estima, up to you, Pat.
All right, I'm here with Braulio Estima, one of the greatest grapplers on the planet. As I said before, this guy ties very good black belts in knots. Great debut today, Braulio Estima. You got tagged up here against the cage, and you seemed to wobble a little bit, or at least it woke you up. Tell me whether you were hurt or not.
Yeah, no, I wasn't hurt. I was just like, I felt it, and I said, we need to go to the right, to the left, and then, you know what I mean, it's my first day, I wasn't used to fight so heavy with the small gloves, but I felt great. I say thank you very much. They're going from Kansas City. It's been a great pleasure to be my debut here. Woo! The guy's blocked!
All right, Braulio, you went for 2 triangles on the ground. Was that your goal when you got in top position to stay there, not a submission that you ended up in jeopardy on the bottom or anything?
You know what I mean? Like, I'm here representing a big, huge flag, which is the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you know? So I wanted to submit the fight. I tried the first time triangle, but the Brazilian was very slippery, so I went to my good side, and then I managed to apply Tyler.
All right, well, it was a great debut for you. What comes next for Braulio Estima in MMA?
I'm feeling great, you know. I love the journey up to here. I want to keep on going. I want to fight as soon as possible. I want to be here. I felt like he's my face. I'd like to say thanks to Glenn Robinson for being a great for me, NASM, Black Dealers, my team, Chris Holland, back in Birmingham, in receiving. Everyone helped me so much. I just like to say thanks to everyone. Very grateful.
All right, great performance, Braulio. Braulio Estima, ladies and gentlemen.
Orthodox man, Braulio Estima, successful. His first ever mixed martial arts fight, directed under there by Titan President Joe Kelly.